here tonight. Round one of the Everett's Auto Parts Triple Crown. Getting ready to rock and roll off of turn number 4, Rick Martin. Ryan Lynham winding it up off the corner. Green flag is out, and the Pro Stocks are underway.
Ryan Lynham looking to the outside, trying to lead the first one of this. He does as he now dives down. It's 3 wide though. Colby Fournier taking Rick Martin and Vanessa
down the back straight away. Big problem.
Rear of the field as we get ready to go green.
Bobby Pellin makes it back out just in time. He'll hit the field running. As your leaders get ready to roll off of turn number 4. One lap is complete. Ryan Lynham brings the field down with Rick Martin on the outside. They'll head down into Lynham. Lynham gets a good jump on the start.
Lynham looking to pick up where he left off when the yellow waved out to an early advantage here. Rick Martin on the outside. On the inside though, Colby Fournier challenging. Mike Brightman makes it 4th. Tommy Adams makes it your top 5. Lynham at the front.
Down the back stretch they go. Colby Fournier trying to get a run down the inside, settles it in back behind with Brightman sitting 4th. 5th, Tommy Adams in the 56. They head down into 1. The 2 with Tom Scully Jr. making some moves down on the inside, gets underneath Tyler Tomasi. He's up to 6 now as they hit down off of 4.
Mighty Mike Brightman looking to give Colby Fournier a chase as they wrap through turns 1 and 2. Tommy Adams also studying the rear of Route 27 machine. Sparks flying as they dive and bite down through turns 3 and 4. Across the stripe again and through turns 2. Lynham at the point.
Keep your eyes deep in the field. You got the 52 of Darling, little by little picking off cars. He's gotten by the 99 of Joyce, the 78 of Tebow, the 0 of Spencer, and now closing in on the 76 of Tyler Tomasi. Battle for 3rd. Down to the inside goes Brightman, down into 3.
On the inside, Brightman inside of Fournier into turn 1. Slight nose advantage as they wrap up off of turn 2. Darling continuing to pass over Tomasi for 7th place. Still the battle for 3rd place now. 3-car battle at the line.
Bobby Pellin in serious need of a caution right now so he can catch the rear of the field and try to pick up some positions. Right now, he currently sits 12th on the field, trying to hang on to the lead lap as Ryan Lynham sets the pace down the back straightaway.
Yeah, that 12-car Bobby Pellin clearly got a lot of tape on that front end. I want to guess not quite at the pace of the leaders or the rest of the field as the lead pack now about to swallow up their first lapper of the night. Lynham at the front. Rick Martin being chased closely by Brightman at the line.
Dave Darling takes a look down to the inside of Tom Scully Jr. down into turns 1 and 2. Takes away that 6th position and sets his sights on Tommy Adams. 12 laps complete. Lynham with the advantage of 6 car lengths off of turn number 2. Martin with a lot of pressure from behind. Brightman all over the back bumper.
Lap traffic in play now as the 14 and 27 have to negotiate their way by the 12 of Pellin. They do so, but Brightman now with the look to the inside of the 14 of Martin. They dive into turn 3 side by side. Brightman wrapping his 27 car around the inside, slides up in front of Martin for the pass.
And while he takes over 2nd, Tommy Adams looking for 4th down to the inside of Colby Fournier down into turn number 3, works that bottom lane. Pellin slides up the racetrack, lets the leaders thunder by. As Darling, look at that, gets by the 16, dives out of the inside of the 56. He's looking for a twofer. Darling is in the top 4.
Darling going right back to work, has had to work from behind so many times this season. He has quickly worked his way up inside of the top 5 as he completes that pass on Colby Fournier for 4th.
Kenny Spencer pulls off the racetrack, heads pit side. Up front, Ryan Lynham continues to set the pace, but Brightman is setting a blistering pace, closes right up on the tail end as they hit turn 3 and 4. Down into 1. Nose to tail for the lead off of 2.
Brightman certainly setting pace, given the fact of how quickly he caught our leader. He's given something for the 10 car to think about as he dives to the inside going through turn 1. They're wheel to wheel as they wrap up off of turn 2, it's going to be Brightman with the nose advantage. He slides up in front of Lynham. They're going to come off of turn 4, and we have a new leader, Kevin.
Brightman becomes the second leader of the event, 1/3 of the way through, and now starts to put a little breathing room between he and Ryan Lynham. Martin still sits third with Darling up to 4th. California rounds out the top 5 with Adams. Scully 6th and 7th. 8th is Tyler Tomasi. Danny Tebow 9th. Billy Jones 10th with 22 laps complete.
Brightman gearing up to deal with more lap traffic as he still needs to be mindful of a rear view mirror full of the 10 car of Lynham. 14 and the 52 closing quickly as well as the blue flag with the yellow stripe being shown for back markers to move out of the way of our quick moving leaders.
Down off the turn number 3 they come, and look at the battle for third. Dave Darling takes a look to the inside of Rick Martin. Down low goes your 8-time champion. Martin caught on the outside as they roll down the back straightaway. Darling takes over the 3rd spot.
Battle for 3rd complete as Darling easily passing Martin for 3rd. They peel up off of turn 2. That makes Brightman at the lead, 3-car length lead over Ryan Lynham. Darling 3rd, Martin 4th. Colby Fournier looking to break away from Tommy Adams and Scully Jr. in the battle for 5th.
They were nose to tail deep in the field. Fournier in the 5th spot. The 56 of Adams right on his tail. Speaking about tails, Dave Darling is closed in the gap on Ryan Lynham, and he looks to put some pressure on the former late model champion. Takes a look, settles it in back as they hit turn 1.
Dave Darling really giving that 10 car something to think about. He peeks the nose into the inside, decides to make the move on the inside through 3 and 4. Does so with the advantage across the line, slides up in front of the 10 car, and we have Dave Darling up in 2nd place.
30 down, 30 to go when they come across the stripe, and Mike Brayman has a comfortable advantage. Well, is it really comfortable when Dave Darling now is up to 2nd? He is running right now a tick quicker than Brightman around the 3rd mile. They got some lap traffic ahead of him as they hit the stripe for lap number 31.
Well, I don't think any lead is comfortable when Dave Darling is on track. Brightman's really going to have to run qualifying lap pace here if he wants to nurse this lead. Maybe use some lap traffic as picks as an advantage, but for now, Mike Brightman with the several car length advantage over Dave Darling.
Darling running just a bit quicker around the racetrack as they come off of turn number 4. Brightman, Darling, the 10 of Lynham, and here comes Martin closing in on him. Your front row battling for that 3rd spot down into turn number 3.
Lap traffic playing nice and not hindering our leaders a bit as Brightman peels his way up off of turn 2, diving down into turn 3, but it's Dave Darling certainly starting to reel in the leaders. They come off of turn 4 and across the stripe.
Down into turn 1 they go, and the difference between the top 2 is about 1/10 of a second per lap. Catching him is one thing, passing him is another. Darling's got a little damage on that car, but I'll tell you what, by the laps he's running right now, you wouldn't know it because he continues to set a torrid pace through the pack.
Darling running 13 seconds flat as he continues to reel in that 27 machine of Brightman. The battle now for 3rd on back as Rick Martin looks to the inside of the 10 of Ryan Lynham. They're going to continue to battle nose to tail, and a little further on back you got Colby Fournier looking to hold off Tommy Adams as they come up off of turn 4.
38 laps complete that time across the stripe, and Darling has now got Brightman in his sights. 3 car lengths separate the top 2 as they cross into turn number 1. The battle for 3rd. Lynham still holding on. Look at him sideways down into turn 1, trying to hang on to a loose race car down into turn 3.
Battles for position all over here as Rick Martin continuing to study the rear bumper of that 10 car. 3 car battle just behind them for 5th place as Colby Fournier full of Adams and Scully Jr., but Dave Darling at the top continued to methodically roll on off and on the throttle.
Martin down to the inside off of turn number 2, gets a nose up underneath Lynham, takes that third spot away. Lynham tries a crossover move. Down low he goes off of 4. Martin slams that door shut hard.
Yeah, Martin slamming the door, but not for long, as Lynham looking to reopen that door. Going to think better of it, though, as they play nice through turns 3 and 4. They're bumper to bumper coming off turn 1. And that battle has now led Fournier, Adams, and Scully back into the picture.
Up front, Dave Darling has about equalized the distance between he and Brightman to 2 car lengths. Brightman has picked up the pace. Darling has kept it as they come off of 4. 0.509 to 0.615. That time, Brightman put a little bit of breathing room between he and Darling. 15 laps remaining. Can Brightman hold on for the final 15 and become a 2-time winner this year?
It's a game of cat and mouse between the top 2 in our running order as Darling continues to chip away at the gap to the rear of Mike Brightman. They come through turn 4, and the gap, as close as it's ever been now, Dave Darling, it's only a matter of time.
Well on his tail, a half a car length down the back straight away. Your 8-time champion, Dave Darling, all over the back bumper now of the high-tech automation, number 27, Mike Brightman. They roll down into 1. Darling trying to look to the inside, down the back straightaway, settles it and back behind as they hit turn 3, tries it again off of 4, but Brightman is able to hold him at bay.
Battle at the lead spicing up, but a little further on back. The battle for 5th continues to boil as Colby Fournier, Scully, and Lynham battle for position. They come off of turn 2, 3 cars under a blanket.
10 laps to go, and Darling takes a look to the outside. Down off of turn 2, looking for a crossover, continues to work that top lane, down into 3. Watch Darling off of 4. Drops to the bottom of the racetrack, takes a big contact with Brightman. Brightman, what a save down into turn number 1.
Brightman with fast hands coming off of turn 4 to reel in that wheel. Darling having to back out of it, make sure it didn't end up worse than it could have been. They're right back with a royal lap to go. Notice the tail. 8 laps to go this time as they come off of turn 2.
Down the back stretch, and Darling again takes a look down to the inside. Looks for the crossover off of 4. To the outside goes Darling. Off of turn 4 with 8. Make it 7 laps remaining.
Brightman looking to hold off an outside charging Darling. Darling looking any which way to make this thing stick around the outside, inside, anywhere around a fast 27 car. Just 6 laps to go to get it done.
Brightman is not giving up that inside lane, holding that bottom groove. If David's going to beat him, it's going to have to be to the outside. Look at him come off the corner. David can't get the run down low. Tries it again off it too. David has been a master at that bottom shot, but hasn't been able to get it. He looks to the outside into 3 and 4. 4 laps to go.
Darling on a mission as he finally gets to the corner of the outside of the 27 car. They're side by side coming off of turn 2. They dive into turn 3. Darling still at the corner, now at the door. They're side by side coming off of turn 4.
3 laps to go, and Brightman continues to hold him off, but can he continue it? Down the back stretch, Darling, half a car length, back to 3 and 4. Twin sticks up, Brightman and Darling. Darling to the back bumper, takes a look down low. They head down into 1 and 2, off to the corner they come.
Well, the 40-lap stretch is now boiled down to just these final seconds. Darling running out of time to make a move stick. They come almost side by side with the white flag in the air.
Dave Darling works that top side. They come off at 2, and Brightman's got the advantage, but watch him through 3 and 4. Darling, top to the bottom, off of 4. Brightman's got the run. Brightman picks up the win. Darling in for second. Rick Martin will finish third, with Colby Fournier and Tom Scully Jr. rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, 16:30 in the truck. Getting too old for this stuff, but congratulations to Mike and Dave there. I knew they were faster than me. I just figured I'd let them go and hang in there. I'm happy with third.
A lot of people working hard for you. Both machines get you here.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank all the cosmetics, K&M Realty, Shine Shop, yeah, Quality Rentals, and all the guys that help out on this. Couldn't do it without them.
These guys race like idiots. I mean, lap 1, we're 3 wide, we're pumping people around, and it's only a few laps. It's not everybody. So, I mean, these are $80,000 to $100,000 cars. Everyone out here drive like this is stupid.
Okay, now that we get that out of the way, David, you were able to work your way through the field pretty methodically once you got to Mike. I know you gave him everything you could, but man, he just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to come from last. You get wrecked. I mean, it is what it is. Congratulations to Mike. He's fast all year. I mean, we had a hard time catching him. He did what he needed to do to win. I wanted to make sure I didn't spin him out and waste all my time coming to the front. And, you know, it is what it is, second place. But we still got damage, and, you know, there's no need. So.
I know you got some people working hard for you back at the shop and some good partners with you.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank everybody for the support. I got to thank Diane for Anybody But Darling 2022 champion shirts. You know, it's just kind of the way the year's going. The point structure, no tires. You know, again, we're racing expensive cars, can't buy tires. It kind of makes it pointless. I got to thank Jeff Bellier for all the hard work. I don't know if we'll be here next week because he's not too happy with the racing here. So
the pressure heated up, and you had Dave Darling on your back bumper. You drove your you-know-what off those last 15 laps.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, he's proven he's the best here. Those shirts, anybody but Darlin's behind me were probably in the grass. So he's a class act. He's an 8-time champ. I take my hat off to him. Hat off to Ricky for racing me clean. Everybody. Once we got past that one-lap carnage, it was a sprint, and we got out front and tried to like conserve the right rear. Then I saw the 52 in second, and we just had to let it go. You know, you see him in your mirror, it's like the Intimidator. You got to let it rip.
He got under you one time. You got a little sideways coming off of 4. Great save, by the way. After that, was there anything left in the car, or were you just giving it all you had?
That was everything this thing had. There's nothing left. I mean, I'm still the guy that sucked a couple years ago, remember? I'm just surrounded by a bunch of good people, and Jimmy Kuhn gave me a bullet, so I got to put it in victory lane.
Well, you've done a good job of that twice so far this year. A lot of people working hard for you.
I wouldn't do this without my dad, Al, my daughters, my wife, my aunt, my grandmother, my buddy Al Barboza, Justin Grundy made us some t-shirts, and my sponsors. I mean, without Down Home Fence, the boys in turn 3 that tear it down every time we win, my Uncle Jimmy at Bro Roofing, Parker Professional Driving, Leach Auto Body, RLS Performance, Snap-On by Carlos Matias, ATG, Bob Botello from RGB, I know, Quality Fruitland, LH Belanger. I know I'm probably forgetting one. I apologize, but I can barely. Pocket Professional Driving School again. I'm sorry. If you guys like that, tell about 100 fans you know, friends you know. Let's start filling the stands again.